What's up, guys? And welcome back to Taste Cup with Joe. And we are finally giving you our third episode 2 months later. 2 or 3 months later. But it is our third episode of The Joe, where we are actually going to address a very specific and very interesting topic.
Yes.
And I'm going to read it right now. It's actually a comment that somebody left. And the comment was, can you talk about Taylor's thoughts on when Wells was starting RTTV and more on Wells' thoughts on you moving to Cali? And this is by Autumn_X or XA. It's EXE, but
yeah.
Shout out to you because we like that comment.
Before we touch on the topic, we want to make sure you comment, like, subscribe if you haven't already. And if you have any other topics you want us to discuss, you can always hit up our comments, hit up our DMs on Instagram, and give us something to talk about on The Joe. We really just made this segment up so that we can just touch on things you want us to touch on and just really have a conversation with each other, because we like that. We like doing that on camera. Right, baby?
We love it. I was trying my best to copy everything you're doing. Anyway, you want to get right into it?
Yeah.
All right, what do you want to address first? You want me to answer a question? You want to answer something first? You got something you want to get off your chest?
I want to get off my chest that I hated that you moved to Cali. No, I'm just kidding.
Look at where he's at now.
Yeah, honestly, we don't give him the end yet.
Okay.
So
I thought that's something we already knew.
basically, Taylor told me she wanted to move to California. It was a month in the make, years in the making actually.
Something like that, but it got serious, like probably like a year in the making. Right?
Yeah.
It got like really serious. Like, I'm doing this.
Yeah.
I'm doing it.
At the time, I felt like we needed some space.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
for sure.
But we both were.
3,000 miles of space, though.
Yeah. We didn't know what was happening. We were in a good position or whatever, but we still loved each other and we tried to make it work. I'm just thinking about that day because the day that she moved, guys, I cried like a baby. Like the world was sad. Like it was snowing that day.
It snowed that day. The world cried with him.
Yeah.
Cried white tears that day.
Like, what are the chances that when she moves across country, it's a whole snowstorm? Like, why'd you even leave that day?
I know, and we drove.
Yeah.
It was bad, but we had a date set, and we were like, we need to stick to it.
I knew, like, I'll never be the type of person that try to hold you back. You know what I'm saying? Because I knew that, like, we're from Rhode Island. We're from the smallest state in the United States. Mm-hmm. And I knew that the kind of potential Taylor has, I knew she wouldn't grow to that in such a small space. So I knew that one day she wanted to spread her wings and she would want to move somewhere. She's always told me about you dreaming about moving to
always that was
to California.
Cali.
So
after
I knew,
visiting and everything. But.
Yeah, I knew it was gonna happen. So like I was happy for her, but at the same time, like I was in a space where I also didn't know what was next for me, and like the only thing that was kind of solid besides like family and you know and friends and stuff like that was Taylor. You know, we was together all the time, and like that rock just up and left, and it definitely.
And yeah, we were together all the time, but it was like not a good time for us in our relationship at all.
For sure.
It was like barely a relationship.
I wouldn't call it that.
What would you call it? We were like good, like people to each other. We kept in contact. I feel like, but like we loved each other, but the love was just like dry.
Yeah, it was.
You know?
We definitely
we were in
needed
places. Yeah, we needed change. We were in places we needed space. We were figuring our lives out. Like, I don't know. It was not a good time for us.
I feel that. I definitely feel that.
I was sad, but I needed it. I was dying to come here, and I always knew, you know, come visit me whenever if we end up together.
That's not how it went. That's not how it went.
How'd it go?
She was like, I'm gonna come see you right away. You was like, no, I need my space to figure everything out.
Yeah.
I don't know where I'm gonna be at.
I didn't know where I was living. I didn't know where I was working.
You
like,
told me to wait.
I needed to feel my vibes out. I needed to figure me out for a minute. He wanted to visit the freaking week I was there or whatever. I'm like, I need a moment. Like, I'm still getting acclimated here. I'm barely figuring out. I don't know what's even going on. I don't even know the area.
Yeah, and I respect that.
So
Honestly, I understood it, and honestly, me saying that I just wanted to come was because
he wanted to see me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And he visited me 2 months after I moved here. So.
Yeah, it was actually like spur of the moment because I remember I think you were like 2 months in. You was like, I think I want you to come.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
because he was gonna come in like June, and I was like, it was April, and I'm like, I want you to come now.
Yeah, and I was like, bet. I bought my flight that day. I was
I want him to visit me. I miss
I feel like it was needed. You know, you needed to spread your wings, and although like there was a time period like, you know, we were in a fresh relationship. Like we were at that point, we were together for a few years.
Yep.
So we spent a lot of time together, and me and her actually moved away from campus. So I was kind of away from some of my friends, like Robbie, Patrick, and stuff like that, the people that I'm on RTTV with now. And I feel like when she left, because a lot of the time that I was spending with Taylor, like building a relationship, because especially when you're younger and when you're in a new relationship, you spend a lot of time just chilling with each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if it's not doing a lot, but like I feel like there was a huge responsibility to each other to really get to know each other.
Yeah.
And like, especially with you kind of wanted to always be together.
Yep. And we were at a point where it was like, when we weren't together, I'm like, what are you doing? Where are you? He's with his friends, but I'm like, well, why aren't you with me?
Yeah,
it was like so ridiculous and annoying.
Yeah, it was a very young relationship.
Too much. Very young and very moving and just too much.
I felt like while she was out here, it really allowed me, or it allowed each other to really find like that confidence in ourselves. To pursue what we wanted to pursue, and I even had a chance to kind of reconnect with some of my friends because I haven't seen them. I wasn't able to hang out with them as much as I could in the past. So like that's when I linked back up with Robbie and stuff like that. Prior to me and Taylor being together, we did videos like on Facebook, me and Robbie, about like, you know, stuff that we kind of do now, like how this fashion trends, how this music out right now. And when I moved away from campus, they were still on campus. Me and Taylor moved away from campus. Yeah. We kind of like lost touch for a little bit. So when Taylor moved, it was kind of like a blessing in disguise.
Yeah.
Like I didn't have a girlfriend to chill with every day no more. You know what I'm saying? So like it was like I had to reconnect with my friends, and there were part of me when we were together back at home. A big regret I always had was like, damn, a lot of the time that I was spending with her could have been spent doing something else, especially at the time when I thought it was like the most important to me in like chasing my dreams or whatever. And that's bullshit, because you can always chase your dreams, but like as a young man, that's how you think. You know what I'm saying? As a young person, you're gonna always think like
he resented me for sure.
Yeah, no, I mean, I definitely did. You resented me. Like I knew, you know what I'm saying? I think that's just part of like growing together.
Yeah, and I was also at the age where I'm like, ooh, like I'm figuring out me as like a woman, you know?
Yeah.
Like, ooh, I want to be out, and I want to like, I'm also like a out type of person. Like I like going out. It's just like that, phase of us that just was another phase of us. I guess that was whatever. Also, how I felt about him joining RTTV, I loved it. I was for it. I didn't think anything bad about it at all. They're his best friends. It gave you a sense more of something that you want to do, because you weren't happy at your job.
I was working in a bank back home, and we kind of worked. I worked at the bank, and we did RTTV on the side. Obviously, I was at a call center. I'm not trying to throw any slight at anybody that works at a call center, but if you work at a call center, you know the kind of things you deal with on a daily basis. I was there full time, you know what I'm saying, at a bank. So it was definitely not something I wanted to do for the rest of my life. So with Taylor being gone, you know what I'm saying, I found a new girlfriend, and that was work. Another like a part-time job, that was RTTV, you know what I'm saying. She had to be a girlfriend though. Yeah, you want to talk about? I like to be out. I like to party. I'm a thought. Like,
that's not what that means. That means I was a young woman enjoying her life, as we all should be. Guy, girl, whatever. Live your best life. That's what that is. Anyway, Joel had the idea of moving out here sooner than when he did. He was thinking of moving out here literally a year after I got here, and I was like, that's not a good choice. One, because you're gonna move out here and hate me, because he was gonna Uber and try to like figure out his way just to kind of be with me, whereas it wasn't for himself.
I love how you're telling my story. Like, how you gonna tell my story this whole time? You're telling my story. Like, tell your story. I tell my story.
It's our story. It's part of my story.
Yeah, but I want.
I am you and you are me.
You're
I'm just saying because thank God he did it, because you wouldn't have been there with the startup of RTTV, and I'm so glad that you did. That's part of me explaining why I'm happy that, I mean, how I feel about you joining RTTV. I loved it. I was happy. And side note, I was already friends with his friends as well. They weren't my friends like through him. I knew him through them more than anything. But so that I was happy too. It wasn't like random guys I didn't know. I knew everybody. I was friends with everybody.
Yeah, we all went to high school together from the jump. So she was really cool with Evan. She was really cool with Robbie.
Yep. And that's who I was around all the time.
Yeah.
Before even being around him.
We come from like a really close friendship. Yeah.
Very much that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's why me and Taylor have been together for so many years. She was just really one of the homies. She even rapped.
Please. It was for fun, okay?
So you were okay with me joining RTTV?
Of course,
and
yeah.
Stuff like that?
That's really just it was great. I was happy that you did. Mm-hmm. You were doing something else that you were excited to go to, so excited to do. You were off working at the freaking bank, over it in every freaking way.
I definitely was.
He was off it, so it was perfect that he did this, and they were all like chasing a dream, like working together too. So
yeah, I feel like
that was fire.
There was
doing it with your friends, fire.
Yeah, there was definitely like a direct correlation of like Taylor leaving, me helping start RTTV or whatever, and that's why I call it a really blessing in disguise. Because honestly, like when you left, it really seemed like the end of the world type thing. Like it wasn't really, but like at that moment, I was just like, wow, like the girl I thought I was gonna end up being with, she's gone, and who knows when I'm gonna ever see her again.
Yeah.
One, you know what I'm saying? If we ever gonna work out, because we said
if we're gonna live in the same state ever again.
Yeah, because that's
how it was feeling.
We were long distance for like 2.5 years, and it felt a lot of the times it felt like, damn, when is it ever gonna happen?
It gonna happen?
Because we were like doing YouTube already, like the greatest thing was because we were making like building something independently from where we were at. Like we was making content online, so regardless of where we went, we could have continued it, and that really allowed us to move to California. And like I remember like telling Taylor like, yo, like we're moving to California, just that feeling.
I was like,
yeah, it's like, wow, I can't believe like
this is happening.
You moved with me not even having an intention to move there yet. You know what I'm saying? I made plans, like Taylor mentioned before, like I had planned to move to California, do Uber to maintain, but like you said, it was really just gonna be, I was just gonna be here for you.
Yep.
I made an attempt 1 year into it to move here.
Right.
And it didn't work, and I felt like, I couldn't have just moved here with the intention of just being here with you. Like I needed more of a purpose, and I feel like moving here with RTTV with my best friends in the whole world, like it just made it work out perfectly.
Yeah, and it's amazing, and I'm so happy you did it that way. They were able to figure it out together. Overall, I was so happy that he joined RTTV. He was upset about me moving to Cali, but look at where it got us. This is what was meant to be. This is how it was meant to go down, because it made us stronger, made us better as a couple and individually. And that's facts.
That's a fact.
You know? And that is really all we have to say about this segment of the Joe. We are so happy you are watching. Please, please, please comment down below if you have any other questions, anything you want us to address, anything. Let us know, because we want to do this more. I know we already were going to before. We got a little heavy into the pranks. And don't worry, that ain't going nowhere.
Team Wells coming back real strong.
Guys, you already know.
I'm taking dubs out here. I'm not losing.
He's taking dub, like you're a dub type of dub. Not the
like
dub,
a dub, like a W. Come on. Like, I don't know who says
he's taking
dub for a loss.
loser dubs. So just know, he's not beating that car prank. He better come with some real crazy.
You just gonna be so mad when I pull this prank off that you might not see a video for 3 weeks, because she's gonna break my computer.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for more videos.
Alright guys. Peace. Peace.